Hello, let's see how to work on this version 2. You first have to select the Python from the portable SAM. In this case, it would be a folder like this, and accept. Now, you will start needing to run some video and create some frames from it. So you can drag the window on this corner to create another window and change it to video sequencer. And I like to put in sequencer and preview. You open the N panel, pressing N, go to the subfolder. Here you have a button to select the video, which does a bunch of things behind the scene. So after selecting, it's going to set the starting and frame to the footage that you imported, and some other stuff like setting the resolution, frame rate, and things like that. Now, for example, on this footage, I'm gonna process just a part of it, not the full footage. For example, until she touches the floor. So here I'm gonna press Ctrl-N to select, so it goes only until here, or you can select the end frame here, no problem. And now is the part that we need to create the markers. On the first version, you have to select manually pressing M, but since I noticed that most of the time I was using each 2 frames or each 3 frames, so I made an update and a suggestion of a user to automatically create the marker. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, I have the full footage, and if I want to do it for the full footage, I select here footage and generate markers. But in this case, that's not what I want, because the rest is going to be useless. So let me erase this, and I'm going to select the scene, and I can select the interval of markers that will be created. In this case, I'm going to use at each 2 frames to create a marker. So scene 2 and generate markers. Great. Now I have to select the place that I want to save it. And as soon as I add this output path, it's gonna create a link to the input images on the inference part, but that's for after. Let's continue here. Usually JPEG is good. Name, you don't have to change it. And now we can render the marker frames. It's quick. Now it's done, and we can go to the inference part. To do the inference, you have to select the folder with the version 2 of the SAM, the portable SAM. If you accidentally set to the folder V1, if it's not the V2, it's going to show this message here. So you point to the V2 of the portable version, and there will be no message. Place the set to the checkpoint place that you saved, that you downloaded from Hugging Face. Here you have links to open the Hugging Face page, but you have to ask for access. It's not from me, it's from people at Meta. They have to allow you to download the files. And you have to download not only the model file, but also a YAML file. Let me show you. You have to download the model CKPT file and also this model config file. If you don't, what's gonna happen? Let me rename so you can have an example. For example, this file doesn't exist because it has a different name. When you point the file to the checkpoint, it's gonna check if you have the model YAML file. So now I'm gonna revert them back, and it will detect that the file is over there. So it's an important thing, because Some people have that problem, and sometimes what's hard to notice. So here is some information for you not to have that problem. Okay, you set every other path. Now you have to set where you're going to save those PKL result files. And I'm going to create here. And remember, we exported until 75. We want to process everything, so we must leave start frame and end frame at -1. I'm gonna do an example explaining why this is important. And this bbox trash is to, you can select a level of detection of a person on the footage. You can put to 1 to detect everything that's possible, and you can decrease to detect less people on the footage. Okay, that's good to go for now, and let's press run inference. It's gonna pop up this box. This version, it doesn't go away automatically. It will run everything and wait for you to press a button or to close the window. That was important to be easier to detect a problem that could be happening when you run this. Before, it was just closing up and it was more difficult. Well, let's wait a bit. Now it's done, and you can press a button to close it. Okay, now we have all the PKL files, and we have to import them in Blender. What do we do? Let me remove this cube, and we switch to the posing mode. To import, we need a character, so press this load character, and you have a default HR model. And here comes some more different stuff that was added in this new version. You can, for example, let me go to the start of the timeline. And we have a marker on the first frame. And you see that as I'm moving the frames, and you see this popping. Strange, huh? But you can go to the last marker and next marker using these arrows. And for example, you want to see how was the detection on this frame 21, and you can press open preview, and it's gonna open your default image viewer and shows the detection, the original footage, and a 90 degrees view of the footage. If your image viewer can show other images, you can go through it there, or you can select here, and let me go to the first one and press another one, press to see another one. So here you can see the detection, but let us scroll and see. Here we have some more people that was detected, and it messes up a little bit with the character. Oh yeah, and you can see here, it tells which character it's detecting. The first one is this red, the second is this green, and the third is this blue. So at first we had only one character, and then the one character becomes the second character. How can we deal with that? I'm going to show you. But at first, what I suggest you to do is, like the inference part, you have a start frame and end frame here, because sometimes you don't want to load everything. In this case, it's the first time, so we are going to load everything. And another suggestion is to leave this auto track closest, disable, at least for the first time that you run, because having it enabled, it will take much longer to load. So in the first time, we'll see we gotta load the things and see how it's working here in the 3D view. So let's run without this selected. What we have to do now is just press the batch load from folder. We already have the folder selected. Go. And you can see on the console the process. And okay, now let me put on the front view. Let me put this a little bit bigger for us to see the footage too. Where is she? Okay, she is here. Let's go to the start and let's play. And you see there are some strange things happening. Like at some part, it stops detecting the correct person. Okay. To deal with that, let me go to where it first detects wrong. Don't worry about this strange rotation. We're gonna fix that later. And here, okay, let's go through these arrows. It's easier. Okay, this is the first moment that you get the wrong character. Let's open the preview. And we see now she's the second character. Interesting. What we can do? Sorry for the goose. We can select the second character and press apply. So it should get the correct one. Okay, now we have the correct one, but you see that sometimes it goes to the wrong character. So now what we can do is we can use that other option that is the auto track closest. And we can go, we don't have to run everything again. Let me see how it goes here. Most of the rest of the footage is wrong. So let me go. Okay, here. It's the last one that it's correct. And we see that it was the second character. Let me open again. Oh no, here it's the first one. Where was that? Okay, here it is the second character. Let's start on frame 31. That's the one we are in, and run until the end. Auto track closes, and now we can batch load. It will take longer, but it should have a better result. Now that it's done, we can see how it goes. It's going well here, but then suddenly it goes to the wrong character again. On this 51 frame, let's see what's the problem. And here is a different problem. It couldn't detect the character here. So that's when we can use on the inference. Now we have to go to the inference part. And this start and end frame makes sense here because on the frame 51, we couldn't see the character. Let me get that back again here. Just a moment. When you see on the next frame, it detects. So it misses the person here. We need to detect the girl here. To do that, so on frame 51, we need to detect it. So I'm going to put start frame on frame 51 and end at frame 51. But the beatbox threshold, I'm going to put to 0.7. And let's run the inference. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the pose mode and open the preview for the frame 51. And there you have it. So now we can do that once more, which is, let me apply the scan character. Okay, it's back on its place, and auto track closes and batch load again. Okay, let's see now. And it was on 51, I think. And let's see. Now it detects all the frames correctly, at least the correct character. But that's not perfect. We still have a problem here. You see, between the frames, it got some strange movement that doesn't match with the footage. That is because of the rotation of the root, the quaternion rotation of the root. So to fix that, you need to at least the way that I found how to fix that, is you have to convert the root quaternion to Euler, use the discontinuity filter, Euler filter, and convert it back to quaternion. But why do all that? So I created a button, and it does it all for you. So just press here, and it should be fixed. Let's see, no more strange rotations. Let's see it all. Oh, let me hide the skeleton. So that's it. And if you want to add a new character, you can load a new character here and do the same thing, selecting another character and do it all. An important thing that I would like to disclosure. You see that most of the things that I do, I'm doing from the front view, because this SAM, it's great to get the pose estimation for the hands, for the body, everything, but it does in camera view. So if you move to another view, it won't be that great. Let me play. You see? So this movement is a little bit messed up. If you want to use from other angles, it's important, it may be easier to go on the graph editor and edit this strange movement to adapt to what you need. Sometimes you have to rotate the root bone because it could be angled, but for now, that's needed to be done manually or put into Cascadeur, for example, to try to fix it. I'm planning to work on this stuff so you don't have to do the corrections manually, but I don't know how long or if I'm able to do that, but I'll try. And okay, thank you for the supporters. This add-on and the portable version is available for the supporters on the Patreon. You can get starting for $1 tier. $1 tier, you have to request access for all the files. And starting from the $5 tier, you got access to the full Google Drive folder. Sadly, I have to do that the way to support my work. Unfortunately, I need to do that. But at least you can see, if you can't pay for the add-on, take a look on my Patreon, because I do posts with the main part of the code. You can get the PKL import, the generation of the load character. The main code are shared on a post on my Patreon. Only the add-on and the portable version that you have to pay to get. Hope you understand. Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. See you next time. Oh, have fun.